Hi everybody. I know I don't normally personally post TBRs because if I post TBRs it becomes homework, but there are very few exceptions and there are two readathons happening this month that I take part in every single year. The first one is Jane Austen July. Jane Austen is one of my favorite authors if you know me well at all. And once I got used to BookTube, I saw that Jane Austen July was a yearly thing, hosted by Katie at Books and Things, Claudia at Spinster's Library, and Blatantly Bookish, Marissa at Blatantly Bookish. They will be linked down below. So, to get this TBR started, the first prompt is always to read one of Jane Austen's main 6 novels. And this year, the group read, which I've already started, is Emma by Jane Austen. I haven't reread this one. This is one that always is on my lower half of my favorites of Jane Austen, so I haven't read this since I was 18. So I'm really excited to slowly reread this and have a discussion with everybody in the Discord, which might also be linked down below, if I can get it down below. So that is prompt 1. Prompt 2 is to read something that's written by Jane Austen that is not one of her main 6 novels. And for that, I found this out while I was used bookstore shopping. And this is a copy of Love and Friendship and Other Youthful Writings, aka Jane Austen's Juvenilia. And I just love this cover, the shoes, and to have her Juvenilia all in one. I can't wait to dive in. This is the only Jane Austen work that I haven't read before, so I'm really excited. But you can also include her unfinished work, which is The Watsons, Sanditon, and Love and Friendship, I believe, is the other one, which is also included in here. Prompt 3. Sorry, I don't normally look down, but I have the prompts on my phone, so my apologies. Read a nonfiction work about Jane Austen or her time. I know most people are going to be reading this, but I bought it the minute it came out. This is Jane Austen's Bookshelf by Rebecca Romney. And it's about the authors that inspired Jane Austen. So I know a couple off the top of my head: Anne Radcliffe, Mary Wollstonecraft, and the author is also an antique books dealer herself, so I'm really intrigued and can't wait to get to this one. And this would help you out with finding a book for another prompt that I will be talking about shortly. And the next prompt is read a retelling or a historical fiction set in Jane Austen's lifetime. So I'm going with the retelling portion of the prompt and continuing the Miss Tilney and Mr. Darcy mystery series. I am going to read book 3 in that series, The Perils of Lady Catherine de Bourgh. This is book 3 in the mystery series that is based on the love of Jane Austen, and it basically makes all of her characters be in the same world, kind of like the MCU. So I love these. These are just fun. So I can't wait to continue. As you see, I've already started it because I'm pretty late at getting my TBR out this month. My apologies. And the last reading prompt is to read a contemporary of Jane Austen or Jane Austen's time period. For this one, I know I might be stretching this a little bit, but I finally found a copy of Sir Walter Scott's Ivanhoe. And I can actually read this one. It's not like minuscule, and I can actually see it. And it's nice and floppy. So that is the end of the book portion of the prompts, but there are two watching prompts. One prompt is to watch a retelling or reimagining of Jane Austen, and for that I will be rewatching one of my favorite movies of all time, which is Clueless from 1995. It's a retelling of Emma, so I am thinking that that's appropriate considering that the group book this year is Emma. And the last prompt is to watch the 2020 version of Emma that came out, and that is one of the only direct screen adaptations that I haven't seen. And while I was out the other day, I saw it on Blu-ray, so I picked it up. So I can't wait to watch it and discuss it with all the hosts once we're able to watch it. That ends the section that is for Jane Austen July, which happens from July 1st to July 31st. July 1st to July 31st. But there is also another readathon that does a mini readathon in July for 2 weeks, and that is July Noir, which is a subset of Blackoween, which takes place the whole month of October. But because it's a small version of it, it's only going to take place from July 13th to July 27th, and it is hosted by my friend, one of my dearest friends on BookTube, Bree at the Locked Booktician. She will be linked down below it, along with her announcement video, because she's so much better at this stuff than I am. So I'm going to take part in... She has a lovely map, which I also have here, if you can see. I have the t-shirt. So this go around, I will be reading the Ruby's Crew Park, which is a section of the Toulouse Paris next to Saint Germain Graveyard, and this section specifically focuses on middle grade or young adult. And I'm also going to use this as a recommendation video if you're looking for middle grade or anything that would fit into the prompt. So I'm going to read off the prompts for you first. The first one is Root Magic. I actually don't have a physical copy of this one, but I have it on audio. This is Root Magic by Eden Royce. The second one is Strong Friendships. So I am going to read, because I've never had to read this in school, Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry by Mildred D. Taylor. Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry by Mildred D. Taylor. I know this is book one of, I believe, 4 or 5. But I'm really looking forward to getting to this, and getting it off of my non-read TBR. Set in spring. I'm not sure if this is technically set in spring, but I am going to read. This is a recommendation from a friend of mine, Shay, at Shay with the Hobbies. This is one of her favorite books, Bud Not Buddy by Christopher Paul Curtis. And it is about a boy who loses his mother in 1936, Flint, Michigan. And again, I'm not going into these detail-wise because they are so short, being middle grade. Characters with an infection. That is the only prompt that I won't be able to fill. Or, if I find one, I'll fill it in later. And here is another one. This was also a group read for last October for the Ruby's Crew section of the lovely map that my friend created with Melanin Eclectic, who will also be linked down below. Ophi's Ghost. I meant to get to this last year, but then time got away from me, so I figured why not read it while we're doing a mini version in July. And this is just a random one that I don't think will fit. So this can either go in, because there is a free space section. Weirdo by Tony Weaver Jr. He's also known on TikTok and Instagram, I believe. It's about being a nerdy kid, and it's a graphic novel, which I love. And the definite one that I will be getting to for my free space is Goliath by Tochi Onyebuchi, who has become one of my favorite authors. I've owned this since 2021, and I still haven't gotten to it yet. And it is a futuristic dystopian. So I'm going to give this one a try, which I'm probably going to love because he's become an auto-buy author for me. But if you have any questions about July Noir or Jane Austen July, please feel free to leave them linked down below. I will link everybody I discussed in this video linked down below, so if you have any further questions, you can also directly go to them. I hope you enjoy. I hope you join me in one or both of these readathons this month, and I will see you soon. Bye! Fix the mic because it fell. The mic. Oh, here. We're fixing. We're fixing. Got it. You're cutting that out.